Today I'm in a mood of something snacky, something really flavorful, something finger foodish almost. I looked up on the internet, the maps, found an interesting place nearby. Let's check it out. That's it, Chaatwala. They say it's street food. Let's see how street it is. Oh, look at that. They got snacks from almost all corners of India, right? And some of these items on the menu I haven't really seen on other restaurants before. Let's take a risk. If it passes, it passes. If it fails, fails. It is what it is. We have 4 dishes and 5th dessert. Pav Bhaji. Gobi paratha. That's vegetarian. It could also be vegan, one of those if you put out the cream. Next one, Misal Pav. Misal Pav. Not missile, not the weapon. Right. 4th, aloo tikki. Right. These are basically vegetarian potato-based patties. 5th is the dessert. Some of the sugar that we love, right? And then this is a side, which is a yogurt-based side, mostly used for bread-based stuff. There are people who would use this with the spicy stuff. First one is going to be this because this is the most mildest flavored, savored dish out of the whole. So if you start with the wrong one, you're not going to be able to taste any other ones. First off, Pav Bhaji. What do I expect? Crunch. And this is how it should be. A little bit toasted. I expect this to taste more savory. I expect this to taste more herby, zesty, nothing else. This is how the gravy is supposed to be. Not too chunky, not too smooth. And the best side that goes with it is onions with some lemon sprinkled over them. That's the best combination, right? Put some on the top. And that tastes 10 times better. Just one ingredient just changes the game. Yep. Right on the point. It's got the perfect amount of a mixed taste from the onions and the mashed tomatoes with savory. It's got a good amount of butter. There's a mild amount of earthiness that is required in the dish. Next is a spiced and stuffed bread. Basically, gobi paratha. Gobi is basically the name for cauliflower. Okay, not broccoli, not white broccoli, cauliflower, different stuff. Right, onion in this food, Indian food, goes just about with almost everything. Raw, plain onion. Take a piece, dip it in the sauce. This is not a sauce, this is yogurt. This is great. This one's great. All right, the next snack, Misal Pav. One of the toughest snacks to ever nail for almost any restaurant, any place, right? Especially in the United States, outside of India. So this one is supposed to be more on a strong flavor punch side. It's got to be a little more spicy. It's got to have a kick to it. And on top of that, it's got to be more towards earthy side. It's got to be earthy, tangy. We do not need savory too much. It could be zesty, but it's got to be more earthy side. All right, you got to be able to taste spices, the freshness of onions, everything, but it has to be within the sauce. It either passes or fails. There's no gray area, all right? And I'm a bit squeamish about that. That is in fact accurate. I've been trying to search for this for about 8 or 9 years now. That's just the first one. So I see a spice ambiance getting built up It has a good bit of tang, an absolute awesome bit of earthiness, and this is more towards the southern western or the midwestern part of India, a place called Kolhapur. This one tastes exactly similar to that style of preparation. Right? Is this not so common to find same flavor profile outside of India, and least of all at this corner of the United States, right? I've never expected that. Moving to potato patties, aloo tikki, basically spiced ground potato marinated in sauces, if you will. If you don't, just straight up salted and fried. I'm not an expert chef, but these are the things that I can taste. That's why I'm just describing to you as they taste to me. I'm just an eater, but I know what I want to eat. This should definitely taste earthier, more saltier, should not be over salty, and it should definitely hit you with either a huge amount of salt zap or zest zap, right? A lot of herbs. So, hoping I find herb zap. Wow, I didn't think they're gonna nail this one, but they nailed it right out of the bat. Right. Last, but one of my favorites, the dessert. What kind of dessert is this? Moong dal halwa. Basically pudding made out of lentils. How is it supposed to taste? Not too sugary. It has to be malty in flavor. It's got to be rich. It has to be a little bit on the oily side, a little bit on the buttery side. It has to be smooth, but smoothness with a little bit of grains. Right? You should be able to see the grainy texture, and then it should still be smooth enough to eat. But what we tend to use in India for this is the ghee, the Indian version of pure clarified butter. And from the looks of this, it does look like they've used an actual ghee with it. So I'm pretty excited. Ooh. Always does the work. This is awesome. It's a really interesting spot right here. My last expected place in Northern Virginia in the United States on the Herndon side of it. Extremely awesome. I tried 4 to 5 different dishes today, including one dessert and a couple of sides. They've managed to nail all the flavors of all of those. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. So I'm really happy. So this is a fun little spot, great vibes. If you're in the mood of having something snacky, something not necessarily too much of a whole meal, and something of a selection of assortments of the types, one of the best places I've found so far. Really good spot. It'd be a solid place to have a good snack.